The iPhone 5S has been around for 5 years already, and yet it is fully updatable to iOS 12. Hey, how's it going? I'm Josh from 91 Tech, and to those of you out there still holding on to Apple's oldest supported iPhone, is it worth updating? Yesterday I did a video about iOS 12, but it was quite general and didn't really focus on any specific phone, and I thought those of you still holding out on the 5S might be curious to hear some more about the update. Link below if you want to see the other video, by the way. Anyways, if you're on the 5S, should you update to iOS 12? Quick answer, yes, believe it or not, it is worth updating. This is a great update and you should download it. But let's go into this a little further and I'll explain why. iOS 12 doesn't bring a whole lot of new features, and that's a good thing because instead Apple focuses on performance, particularly on older devices like the iPhone 6 and 5S. Believe it or not, the 5S actually feels much smoother and more fluid on iOS 12 than it ever did on iOS 11. That could be, admittedly, partly placebo, but I genuinely do believe it's running better, or in the very least isn't running any worse. And that's an achievement on its own. I don't remember the last time an iOS version didn't slow things down. Perhaps iOS 10 or maybe iOS 6. Nonetheless, iOS 12 runs great, and if speed is a concern, I can happily say you have nothing to worry about. What about battery life? Frankly, the 5S didn't have amazing battery life to begin with, and with it being 5 years old, it's hard to imagine it doing very well in daily life. Personally, I haven't seen any changes from iOS 11 to 12 when it comes to the battery, although that is going to vary user to user, especially depending on how used your phone has been over the years. The 5S to me has never seemed that great with battery life, but at least it doesn't seem any worse on iOS 12. Also, I'm not exactly the best person to talk about this, as I don't use this as my daily driver, so I don't really have a great grasp on exactly how well the battery actually does. Regardless, I doubt you'll see much difference between iOS 11 and 12 for battery life, and I highly doubt it'll be any worse in the very least. If you've used your 5S for the full 5 years it's been out, the battery probably already sucks, so that likely won't change. Overall, don't stress about battery life, the update's still worth it. So what do we have so far here? iOS 12 is faster and not any harder on your battery than 11, at least in my experience. That right there is probably enough for most of you to make a decision concerning your 5S, and as stated before, I really do think it's worth updating. The 5S has been given an extra year of grace by Apple, and you may as well take advantage, right? The iPhone 5S as a phone actually isn't too bad anymore and doesn't feel that old. It definitely doesn't feel like it's from 2013, that's for certain. If you compare any other smartphone from 2013 to it, I really highly doubt you're gonna find anything that comes even close to matching it. And considering you can now find it for like well under $100, it's really hard to argue that the 5S isn't a great option for those on a budget, and if you already have a 5S, then you're probably not going to have to upgrade your phone for at least another year, which is awesome. iOS 12 is one of the few updates ever that I can actually remember being better for older devices, and that's something I consider to be very impressive on Apple's part. Huge thank you to them. They listened to us, they finally did something right. It's really great to see. But what do you think? Is iOS 12 worth updating to? Are you going to do it? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you already done it? I mean, iOS 12's been out for a day now, you may have already done it. And for those wanting more information about iOS 12, I've already done a video explaining everything about it, link below, as mentioned earlier. That all being said, I'm pretty much done for this video. There isn't a lot to say. I did want to do this video specifically for the 5S because I know there are people out there still on the 5S unsure about the whole updating thing, because frankly iOS 11 made it quite a bit slower, so I wanted a video specifically for those people, just this one right here, because I thought it would be interesting for some people and hopefully help others. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this all useful, maybe hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content just like this. You can follow me over on Twitter and Instagram if you so desire, and with that all being said, I'm Josh from 91 Tech, and I will see you all next time.